The first of the last remaining 3 regular season games for Minnesota, this one being the New York Football Giants. That's on Saturday, Christmas Eve. And for the Giants right now, holding on to the 6th spot in the NFC, they've got Washington, Detroit, and Seattle lurking, whereas the Vikings trying to hold steady on the 2 seed, worst case scenario. That is, of course, unless Philly, they fumble their last 3 games. But either way, this matchup, a lot at stake here for both teams. For Minnesota, the number one thing that they have to do if they're going to win this game is you have to put the Colts game behind you. We've seen this time and time again. Emotional victories. The Minneapolis Miracle. Hashtag bring it home to then get rocked by the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game 38-7. This year, the Buffalo overtime thriller to get waxed the following week 40-3 by the Dallas Cowboys. Last week, down 33-0 before pulling off the largest comeback in NFL history. Amazing. But there's still work to do. Time to move on. Don't set yourself up to where you forget about the now being the Giants. For Minnesota's defense, Ed Donatel, you need to dial up a blitz consistently for a whole game. That's the difference between being a sitting duck allowing all the yards to happen or bringing some level of resistance to the table, because in the first half against the Colts, the Vikings defense, now they were down 33-0 at the half, but the Vikings defense only allowed 19 points. 2 of those touchdowns, the blocked punt return for a touchdown, that's on special teams, and the pick 6, which that wasn't even on Kirk, that was on Jalen Rieger, who actually was responsible for both of Kirk's interceptions. The pick 6, Rieger froze. It looked like he wasn't sure of where he was supposed to be. And the second half interception, he gave up on his route. So the whole Jalen Rieger hype train, full stop. It's over. We can go ahead and put KJ Osborne back over him. And at this point, to straight up quit on a play, I'll put Jalen Naylor over Jalen Rieger at this point. But in the first half, the defense only gave up 19 points. The defense blitzed just 4 times. That's according to Kevin Seifert. The second half, only 3 points allowed. They tripled it and blitzed 12 times. You don't have enough to consistently bring pressure with just a 4-man rush, so blitzing is essential. You also have to account for a potential stalemate with left tackle Andrew Thomas, so send 5 and you can have for sure 4 quality rushers after accounting for Thomas. Daniel Jones throwing less than 200 yards per game, a lot of dink and dunk passes. If you play press coverage, you can minimize the yards after the catch, but the strength in their offense lies in the rushing attack. Saquon Barkley, 4th in rushing, got to do damage control there. So you're going to need Eric Kendricks and Jordan Hicks to go all the way off, limit the production of Saquon Barkley to put all the pressure on the shoulders of Daniel Jones to will his team the victory. You do that, then you've done your job defensively. On offense, the Vikings, you're going up against the 3rd worst run defense. So Dalvin Cook, depending on which version shows up, one moment he looks finished, the next he looks like the second coming of LaDainian Tomlinson. That's the biggest opportunity, is having a successful day on the ground. Not just in yardage, but if you can also win the time of possession battle and not allow New York to chew up all the clock, then you're in good hands. In the passing game, business as usual. Justin Jefferson is unguardable. TJ Hawkinson is a mismatch for just about any defense. Give KJ Osborne an opportunity to maybe pick up where he left off last week. Adam Thielen for cleanup. The biggest challenge lies in their defensive line. Dexter Lawrence, whether Garrett Bradbury or Austin Schlottman plays center, that's an L. Leonard Williams, who's dealing with a neck issue right now, if he's active, he's going to be a problem. But at this point, the interior offensive line play has fallen off so dramatically that pressure up the middle is now to be expected. So for Kevin O'Connell, the first half coaching against the Colts, throw it in the trash. The second half, that's where it's at. In fact, beyond the execution of the players on the coaching front, defense blitz consistently, offense smart and strategic play calling. I think the Vikings should win this one. The Giants have been free falling as of late, going 2-4-1 in their last 7. I'm going to say Vikings get the victory here. Final score prediction, a nasty one, 23-20. And in other Vikings-related news, Minnesota has signed the former 10th overall pick in the 2018 draft, quarterback Josh Rosen, to the practice squad. My reaction: if this were 3 years ago when I believe he got screwed over by Arizona, because you got to remember his college days at UCLA, this dude was nice. A pure pocket passer, dishing dimes. gets traded after his rookie year, which I think was so unfair, really, and at the quarterback position set him back as far as his development. But if this were 2019 and Arizona traded Josh Rosen to Minnesota, oh, I'd be jumping for joy. Give him a chance at a fresh start, some stability for him, sweet. But that's not where we're at, because since Arizona, he's been on 5 teams. Career 54% completion rate, 12 touchdowns, 21 picks. Josh Rosen, the name will turn heads. It makes for good content, no doubt, but nothing more than that, I fear. And if he had actually got drafted by a team that was legit committed to his development, I believe he would have turned into a star quarterback. I hate that that happened for him. And you want to talk about a what could have been story, look no further than Josh Rosen.